Especially on that right-hand side, we'll probably try and be a little bit more defensive and protect the back line from the quality of Lorenzo Insigne.
Former Toronto FC goalkeeper Alex Bono is on the bench for DC United in this one tonight.
Thank you.
Moment of silence ahead of kickoff in memory of Anton Walks, the Charlotte defender who died during pre-season.
Form a partnership really quickly. Hedges has the experience, like we mentioned, during the lineups. Ross says a bit more of an unknown, but Scandinavian defenders for TFC this season.
Well, there's change at the back, but not in midfield. It's Osorio, but Hedges going across, the former Dallas man, to clear it away. Challenge coming in. DC players looking towards referee Ted Uncle. Durkin.
There's a little bit of a clumsy one there. Bernadeschi into the back there of
Richie Larrea going across to close down. Comes out for Mo Jeahze. And the DC defender plays it in, but very high on this 16-year-old homegrown player from Maryland who made his debut last year at the age of 15.
in here at DC.
Larrea down the right side.
Russell Knaus, I think it was.
Mo Jeahze, the left back. Swedish-born Iraqi international, spent the last 2.5 years with Hammarby. Good one. Couldn't quite find the head of Benteke or Roberta, and then the shot from Jeahze goes one by Matt Hedges. Bernadeschi going across, up against Jeahze, the fullback. Click over there as well for DC United, and a free kick given against.
Click comes in, I think Bernadeschi goes over a little too easily and gets the benefit of the doubt.
Winning back-to-back games once last season. It was won that award in 2016. Got support from Durkin to the right, but Click will go challenge through the midfield.
And he finds himself in far too much space to step up, and he really should drop and engage Click about 23, 24 yards out
to DC. Down the left side for Jeahze. Here he'll chase that one and put it out of play. And now brought his games at the World Cup. Larrea's cross in, fixed 97, winning MLS Cup both of those years. DC United and MLS original. There's the fullback Mo Jeahze. Was linked with Celtic and Besiktas, but in the end ended up with DC United, who paid around $750,000 to get him. Italy's under-21s. Jeahze able to step in down the left, but just can't quite keep it in play.
He's having a good debut though, Jeahze. Competent player, you can see he has an aggressive mindset, wants to get forward, step into things.
Two-cap Icelander midfielder usually, but defended tonight. Picked
a substantial strain or tear.
Well, Ayo Akinola is on in his place. I scored here last season. The final day of Chris Armas's time in charge. 2 goals last year for Akinola. Only 14 starts. He got to know a little bit during his time in Norway.
6 yards.
From Nigel Roberta, but it's downfield towards Bernadeschi. He's now hurt.
Half. Jeahze got his arms all over Bernadeschi.
So TFC going as close as they have all half, right at the end of the first 45 minutes. Test Click 13 minutes in, that has Toronto behind at the break. But we are underway at Audi Field as TFC in the grey and white looked to Trom last year, just 10 points from 17 games, losing 11. The 2 wins both coming in August against Nashville by 4 goals to 3. Losing more in Major League Soccer. But Wayne Rooney, having come in mid-season last year, is trying to get the team moving up the Eastern Conference standings and back into the playoffs for the first time since 2019. They haven't actually won a playoff game, DC United, since 2015. Cup winners and 4-time Supporters' Shield winners actually won a postseason match. Jeahze with the throw down the left side. Sean Johnson. Jeahze down the left. So many financial constraints.
honest guy. What you see is what you get.
Larea linking up with Osorio once again. Akinombone sliding in to put it behind after it wasn't really dealt with by Jeahze down this side.
Don't think Benedeschi's had a great influence either.
Now Knaus. Jeahze down the left side. Roberta and Benteke both forward.
This evening has been in that central back line. I think he's been more in the possession.
Here's Larea. 18-year-old Akinombone who fouls Richie Larea.
It's poor defending, then getting his body in the right place and drawing the challenge. The defender to draw the match level from the spot.
Bernardeschi rolling it calmly down the middle.
Who wins that penalty there comes on to try and create a different problem for TFC, working between the lines. Jason just mentioned the fact that he maybe hasn't had the impact.
EC place, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Plays it in. Bernardeschi going for the top corner.
Credit to Mark Anthony Kay, who's alert.
April 1st against Charlotte at BMO Field. Fletcher once again. Jeahze with a high ball in towards the back post. Fletcher plays it for Jeahze once again. Now into space for Di Pietro. That crosses in towards Benteke! And TFC, having done the hard work of finding their way back into this game.
It's good football from DC United. They were patient. They waited on the overload. Larea doesn't get help. And little ball down the side from Jeahze.
And here last May, when on that occasion it was Jonathan Osorio.
Got to try and move that line up to at least the 18-yard line to the edge of the box, but they couldn't do it. There was no.
Quentin Westberg on the bench tonight for Atlanta. Away by Jeahze.
Yeah, Bob Bradley and TFC will be wondering how they lost that one. Just wouldn't say that it was over. They kept going, they kept believing in themselves.